Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. The Lotto Career mode continues today. I know it's been a very long time since the last video, but some personal commitments meant that I couldn't record for a month. If you want to catch up with the series, make sure to watch the previous episode because we actually left at a very high point of our career mode. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1, you have been warned, and yes, that was the La Vuelta win by one and only Ilan van Wilder, our first Grand Tour win of the career here in Season 2. But anyway, that Vuelta was literally a month ago, and now we have some new goals for ourselves this episode. Starting off in the Canadian Classics in hopes of a win. We won the Quebec Classics with Arnaud Delis last year. We've also got the Worlds and the European Championships coming in this episode before ending it with a Lombardia, our final race of the season. So if you thought winning Vuelta was hard, look at this for a Quebec lineup. Pogacar, Mathieu van der Poel, Evenepoel, Paul Magnier. We won this race with Delis last year. Let's see if we can replicate it again. Oh, we've got a big crash. We have a big crash, and it is Arjen Leijvens and Paul Magnier who abandons after the crash. There is Jonas Vingegaard and Sønens and Van Eytveld also caught behind. Roglic, Van Hills, Gregoire. What a group of riders crushing there. But anyway, Leijvens unfortunately abandons, and honestly, looking at our lineup, we don't really have a lot of domestiques. We have to make a choice between Van Eytveld, Sønens and Bergmoos already, and Bergmoos has a 0 day, which means +2 on the hill stat for him. So the best chance of victory today for us is an Arnaud Delis sprint, because we're against Tadej Pogacar, so we're definitely not going to make the race harder. So penultimate ascent is here, Ayuso in front, Pogacar is here as well, Victor Sønens is doing well to keep us with the leaders here. Van Eytveld, Bergmoos here, Arnaud Delis though, he's feeling pretty good, so I am bidding for a sprint. There goes Martinez, people looking at each other. There is the steep section of 8%, and there it is, there's an attack once again. Pogacar goes, Van der Poel goes, and we have to follow with Van Eytveld. Arnaud Delis is also quite close, and yes, I think we're doing pretty good right now with 12 kilometers to go. Let's make a sprint train for Arnaud Delis. Here we go, 8 kilometers to go. There's the attack. I think this is a similar scenario to what happened the year before, and we won that race. So there is Lennart Van Eytveld going 95 with 5 kilometers to go, and I think we got to go 99. Their peloton slows down, so let's use that as an advantage. It's Jeno Bergmoos next up, and then Kilich and Arnaud Delis. Come on, Bergmoos. Come on, Bergmoos. 4.5 kilometers to go. 95 is pretty good. Lennart Van Eytveld, you protect Delis' wheel. So we start climbing here. 3 kilometers to go. Come on, Bergmoos. Come on, Bergmoos. This is looking good. This is looking good. Let's go 97 right now with Bergmoos. There's the attack of Jonas Vingegaard with 2 kilometers to go, but Kilich and Delis still have energy. 1.8 kilometers to go. There goes Timo Kilich. In the wheel is Arnaud Delis. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There goes Arnaud Delis in the last 600 meters. Is it going to be enough? Yes. Oh my God. Blew away the competition there. Arnaud Delis wins GP Quebec ahead of Ghana and Kilich. And yes, Pogacar have nothing left. Same goes for Evenepoel. They made the mistake of letting us in with a chance, and Delis punishes them. Back-to-back Quebec wins for Arnaud Delis. He's delivering it once again. So after Quebec, can we do the double in GP Montreal? Because we've got a different variant this time, having a cobble sector, 2 climbs back to back, but with flat ending as well. So Pogacar, Mathieu van der Poel, Wout van Aert, we know that, but our team is pretty strong as well. You guys already know it. Very good vibes in Montreal right now. I mean, look at this. It looks absolutely amazing, and yes, this parcours is slightly longer loop. We got a 3-star sector in the middle, and the climbs not easy at all. I think it's going to be a very fun variant of GP Montreal. After climbing the first climb already, oh my God, that's a crash. I was just talking about how this race does not suit Arnaud Delis. We've got a crash for Alex Segert with Bernal and Oscar only. Let's see if Segert continues. He does, but Oscar Only also does. Let's follow Bernal and get back to the peloton. I think we know that everything will be decided in the final two climbs. 22 kilometers to go. We've got Lennart van Eetveld and Jenno Bergmoos in the front split of 30 riders remaining. We're going to have Pogacar against Vingegaard, and I think Vingegaard, no, that's Jorgensen with the initial attack before the climb even starts. Let's go 85, not lose red energy because we will have to counterattack. And there's the attack of Mathieu van der Poel. Bergmoos follow that, and Lennart van Eetveld, you follow Bergmoos. Thank you, Kilich, for the role you've done. Now it's time for Lennart van Eetveld to go up against the best riders in the world. And yes, we're not in La Vuelta anymore. Bergmoos goes fully. I think he has to go 99 right now. Van Eetveld is in the wheel. Let's go to the wheel of Remco Evenepoel with Van Eetveld because Jenno Bergmoos is struggling to keep this pace up. 7 riders remaining with 14 kilometers to go. Lennart van Eetveld doing his best to hang on. Meanwhile, Jenno Bergmoos has dropped with Wout van Aert. So small breather in this downhill. Wout van Aert is close to us. Following Remco, and there goes Tadej. There goes Tadej here. Bergmoos is not going to come back, and so is Lennart van Eetveld, having to go 99 right now. It's still very close. Follow Ghana, and I think this 5 cannot be separated here. So in terms of sprint, obviously Pippo Ganna will be the main favorite. No more climbs after this one, so it is going to be a very tactical finish. And behind us, we've got more riders joining. It could be a 15-man sprint, and Pogacar knows that, so he goes early, and that could work well with us. But these riders, Van Aert, Van der Poel, they're joining behind Jenno Bergmoos, completely done, so he can't do anything about it. Oh no, there's the attack of Pogacar, and I think everyone was looking at each other, and we've missed that move. We've completely missed that move. Let's go to Gregoire's wheel, because I don't want to be the rider that brings them again under the Flamme Rouge. Let's sprint with Lennart van Eetveld, but yes, Filippo Ganna in the sprint, just too strong. He's gonna win Montreal GP. Evenepoel comes second. We're going to finish in the top 5. Very respectable. So in the career mode before the Europeans, we first have the World Championships. And yes, we've mentioned it before, it is in Montreal with a 34.4 kilometer, not so long time trial to start things off. Well, of course, our objective is to give Remco Evenepoel a 4 in a row rainbow jersey in the time trial as Team Belgium. He's not in the fitness peak, but he's got 99% fitness, and we've also got Wout van Aert as our two-man team in this time trial. So Wout van Aert has started, and it's time to do a bit of a recon of the course. I think I'm going to go around 76, 77 because it's 34 kilometers. But yeah, looking at the course, there are some small uphill sections of around 8%. So we're going to use that to our advantage when it's turn of Remco Evenepoel. There we go. I can see the Flamme Rouge now. 1.2 kilometers to go for Wout van Aert. Final straight. What the time is going to be for Wout van Aert, it is 58 seconds faster than Matteo Jorgensen. We've lost a little bit of time in those final kilometers, but yeah, on the hot seat for now. Great time trial. But can anyone challenge Remco Evenepoel? 85 time trial on the day, and he starts now. Filippo Ganna is the last rider to start, but yeah, we're gonna go rapid off the ramp. And now we've got a rider in front of us, Stefan Bissegger. Yeah, we need to pass Bissegger right now. Need to go faster than him with Remco Evenepoel. So let's see. Okay, Filippo Ganna with a very slow start. 37 seconds down on Dan Hole and Remco Evenepoel. We've gone fastest just by some milliseconds. But yeah, looking good for Remco Evenepoel in this flatter section. I am basically going a little bit more slow. And now into the final lap, where we're going to go full gas in the climbs. Well, meanwhile, up ahead, Tadej Pogacar is looking very strong. He's just 7 seconds behind Wout van Aert, and Van Aert's lead is in danger right now. And yeah, Tadej Pogacar, he looks super strong today as well. And yes, Josh Tarling as well. He smashes the time of Wout van Aert. He's definitely one of our rivals today. And Remco Evenepoel, we go 5 seconds quicker than Josh Tarling. It's just 5 seconds. It's going to be a close finish. The Welshman is quite fast today, and Filippo Ganna as well. Same time as Remco Evenepoel. Wow, this is going to be an incredibly close finish. Tadej Pogacar cannot beat Wout van Aert, but Joshua Tarling will beat Wout. And now we are in the final straight as well. Behind us is Filippo Ganna. Can we keep our gap in this small uphill, going 87 right now? We've left something for the finish line. Let's go 99 right now. Actually had a little bit of energy that's unspent, but 2 seconds. We beat Josh Tarling, but how about Filippo Ganna? Is it going to be Ganna or Remco Evenepoel getting the time trial 4 times in a row? It is going to be Filippo Ganna by 5 seconds. Unbelievable. Second place for Remco Evenepoel, and he will not be happy about that. And look at this for a World Championships route. In Montreal, we've got the big loop with 2 climbs at the start of the race. Then we have a flat local route with a final climb in the last 10 kilometers. I don't know how selective it will be, but we've got Arnaud Delis. If it doesn't really be selective, Jasper Philipsen, of course, not a Lotto rider, but we are Team Belgium today, and Remco Evenepoel, also one of the riders with high fitness coming in to this race. The main favorite will be Mathieu van der Poel, in my opinion, with his acceleration. And yes, Tadej Pogacar, you really need to do quite a lot to drop this guy. And Mats Pedersen, he is an absolute machine. I mean, the climb itself is actually quite steep. 2.2 kilometers is enough for a powerful attack. But is it going to be hard enough until then that we can make the difference? The other climb, Westmount, is very steep with a section over 20%. Maybe we need to try something in the middle part of the race. So halfway towards the race, we've got 3 more laps of the long loop, and looking at the energies, Jasper Philipsen is definitely a no-go today. Arnaud Delis doing slightly better, but I think it is the climbers that is going to be the star of the day. But yeah, I'm not sure how Van der Poel is feeling right now. I think for him this tempo is just a Sunday ride, so to drop him we need to do something magnificent. So I don't think I'll be more patient. There is Timo Nys and there is Jasper Stuyven here in 100 kilometers to go. We're also going to help the pace in this peloton here. I'm sorry Philipsen and Arnaud Delis, but with those energies I really can't help to think that it's just not going to be enough in the final climb. So now here we are in the final lap of the group, and that is Jan Christen with an attack, and Van der Poel is following. That is quite early with 80 kilometers to go. I'm going to send Lennart van Eetveld to follow those guys, but I think it's just too early, and I don't understand why Van der Poel is already attacking. Well, the attack is neutralized quickly. And USA lead the way with Magnus Sheffield. And another attack, this time again Van der Poel on the moves. With 1 more climb to go before the 60 kilometer flat section. Here we go, Van der Poel is actually keen on attacking. And we got blocked there by Kopecky. We're following Mats Pedersen. Johannessen is also here. Remco Evenepoel in the group. So is Tiesj Benoot. But we're on the move with a very good companion of Mats Pedersen and Mathieu van der Poel. But the gap is just 12 seconds with counterattacks. Sheffield is now following. And there we go, we're back, and there are now more attacks on the way. Van der Poel once again trying to follow them. But yeah, we've got quite a select group already with not many domestiques, and attacks are on the way. Ganna is also here, one to watch out. In any case, I'm here trying to take a breather while there are more attacks. Mats Pedersen goes. Spain with quite a few domestiques here. Norway with quite a lot of people. And in this flat section, we have to go energy conservant mode and then use Remco Evenepoel's flat stat to follow the big ones. Also, I don't know why Wout van Aert is not in the squad, but yeah, not sure why I didn't select him at the first glance. He would be a great asset for this route. Did he get injured or something? Because seriously, he was there for the time trial, and there's no way I didn't pick Wout van Aert for a route like this. But anyway, we've got 37 rider peloton, and yeah, 23 kilometers to go. And right now I'm pacing in this group, and then it'll be all down to the attacks. So riders down to 24 now, 10 kilometers to go. I think Skelmose seems to be done. And as we start climbing, I'm going to go already. I am going to attack already with Remco Evenepoel here and go 85 right now. And there goes Tadej Pogacar with a counterattack. There goes Tadej with a counterattack. We have to go 99. We have to go 99. Tadej is braking. No, it's 10 seconds already. It is 10 seconds already. We're trying to follow Tobias Halland Johannessen, but with 7 kilometers to go, the gap is 20 seconds. And I think it is going to be a Tadej Pogacar victory from here. Mathieu van der Poel in our group of 10 right now. Small uphill. I try to attack to close down the gap, but no, I don't think this is going to be possible with 5 kilometers to go. The last 3K are flat, but we need a miracle to catch Tadej Pogacar, especially in the second group. That was an incredible attack by Tadej Pogacar, and he's increasing the gap. It is now 30 seconds. Everyone's looking at each other. I need an early attack from someone, but no. Tadej Pogacar is going to win, and we might be in for 2 second places here. Tiberi's trying to launch a sprint train. Pedersen is quite a handy sprinter, and we're going to be outside the medals with Remco Evenepoel. Pedersen gets second, and we're going to get sixth place with Remco Evenepoel in a route that did not suit him at all. I gotta say, that was not the World Championships we have hoped for. Thankfully, we can redeem ourselves in the European Championships, that is a week later. Starting with the time trial, it is a 25.5 kilometer, quite short and flat time trial with a small climb in the end. And Filippo Ganna is not leaving us alone. So first on the road is a Wout van Aert, and I really couldn't judge how fast I should go, and I was quite slow in the first part of the section. We're 4 seconds behind Thymen Arensman, but we're going to change that in the second part of the time trial. So unfortunately I started way too slow. Here we are in the final bit of incline here, going to 91, and we still have yellow bar remaining in 2 kilometers to go. Unfortunately, I really couldn't plan this one right, and now in the final downhill, gonna go 99, the red bar is empty. I hope it's a good result. Okay, we're behind Thymen Arensman. That is horrific. But now we know how to play this time trial, and we're speeding up as we start. A +1 on Remco Evenepoel, 85 time trial. I really have no excuses to lose this. There we go on the first part of the section, going 86, using that red bar as well, because we will have downhills later on. Yeah, let's see what our time is in the first time check. We are 9 seconds slower than Josh Tarling. We're still going quite fast using the red bar. I am actually confident about it. Now we have another small climb to navigate through, going through 93 right now to use our red bar in this. And now we have a false flat until that final climb. I think in the final climb, we can make the difference. Now here we are in this final climb, going 86 right now. I think I'm going to have again a little bit of yellow remaining. This is not really what I wanted to do. Let's see if we can beat Josh Tarling, who is a staggering 39 seconds faster right now. Remco Evenepoel coming to the line. We've actually spent the yellow bar quite well, but that is still not enough to beat Josh Tarling. I don't believe it. And yes, Filippo Ganna looking incredibly strong once again. And he beats Tarling by 1 second. We are third with Remco Evenepoel with 85 time trial. Wow, that is a surprise to me. At least Remco isn't riding for Lotto, so nothing will change on our end. And we arrived to the road race, and it's actually a flat parcours, classified flat with quite a lot of hills. Doesn't look too steep though. And that is perfect for Arnaud Dali. He's just hit his fitness peak. Hopefully a good race day condition, and we can try to win this race. We've even got Remco as a wildcard to go early. And yeah, European Championships are the most important thing on Earth according to PCM, because all the stars are lining up for this race. Halfway towards the race, we just have 2 men up the road in the breakaway, and the circuit, it really is not that steep. There isn't a single section that exceeds 7%. And with Arnaud Delis, why is he at the front of the peloton? I don't know, but we were expected a +3, it is a +2. So peloton back together with 25 kilometers to go. There's an attack by Baroncini, Zimmerman, no answer from Tadej Pogacar or Mats Pedersen yet. Van der Poel is also here at the front, and he looks like he can attack at any moment right now. So with 20 kilometers remaining, there are the sprint trains for Jonathan Milan, Olaf Koy and Henry Ulig. You know what, I think I have a chance against them. Pedersen will be difficult with 15 kilometers to go. Shall we do a surprise attack with Evenepoel? Pogacar's really not there. Okay, I think I see an attack happening right now. There we go. That is Tadej Pogacar. Shall we follow that? Of course, we have to follow that. And you know what? Delis follow that as well. Let's all follow Remco Evenepoel on this attack. Doesn't really be successful. Actually, you know what? Let's continue our pace at the front. And Remco, oh my god, that's Van der Poel attacking. That is Van der Poel attacking. I think we can make a train and catch these guys, so let's do that. Yep, they're following, the peloton is following the attack. There is Pogacar right there, but Vermeersch going 99 is able to follow that for this time. With 11 kilometers to go, we have 3 riders at the front. Maxim van Gils still could be a useful domestique for us in this section. Van der Poel trying to have a small gap here, but we're not going to allow that. We're all back together with 8 kilometers to go, and I think Delis is in perfect position, although we have used our teammates quite rogue here. 7 kilometers to go. Shall we try and attack? Well, it is a downhill now, and Dutch team is going full out on this downhill, fighting for position here, and with 5 kilometers to go, that is quite an important fight. We've got getting blocked on the right hand side, but there goes Maxim van Gils. Evenepoel getting blocked a little bit. 4 kilometers to go. Energy gel on our riders. And this is where the climb will start. Maxim van Gils on the left side of the road. We found some space. Remco follow Olaf Koy right now. And it's going to be, you know, a downhill finish. So you know what? Let's attack with Remco Evenepoel. On the wheel is Arnaud Delis. How we went too early, but we've got a gap. This is 1 kilometers to go. Now Arnaud Delis opens up the sprint. Tadej Pogacar's wheel. Oh my god, really? Oh, we went way too early. I thought I would get much bigger gap with Delis there, but Verenschold is the winner here. A surprise winner in the European Championships, and honestly, oh my god, this episode is just not going well. I think I took way too much break and not playing PCM. I can't seem to be winning anything right now. And the final monument of the season is here in Lombardia with his classic parcours, 247 kilometers and a very tough parcours with Colma di Sormano. Tadej Pogacar is hungry for another monument win. He is the favorite alongside Jonas Vingegaard and Remco Evenepoel. And Remco will be happy that we're not controlling him today, but Lenny Martinez, Ayuso, Lipovic, the list goes on. And for our team, we've got Jarno Vidar and Lennart van Eetveld. We're definitely the outsiders, but let's see, with a good day, we might be up there in the fight. No great race days, unfortunately. Lennart van Eetveld with a 0 day gets the +2 on the main attributes. Jarno Vidar with a 0 day, but with 90% fitness, he gets nothing, so Lennart van Eetveld will be our leader for this one. 73 kilometers to go, and we've barely had a breather in this race. No breakaway has succeeded for more than 50 kilometers, and we've got a very high UAE pace set up for Tadej Pogacar. So we already set off with a very high pace already from kilometer 1 by UAE Team Emirates. That is Adam Yates going for it with Jan Christen now in the wheel, but we're really shredding through domestiques one by one, trying to stay in contact with the head of the peloton. The first attack comes from Buitrago, only an Ayuso countering this move. Remco Evenepoel and Jonas Vingegaard is not responding right now. We're here in the wheel of Tadej Pogacar, who obviously is not going to do any chase with Ayuso, but Ayuso is just 17 seconds in front. Jarno Vidar, which I think it might be his first monument of the year, is gonna be protecting Lennart van Eetveld as best as he can right now as we complete Madonna di Ghisallo. We've got attacks, Sexas only, and Omen is trying to chase it. Paul Sexas is clear in the downhill. And now Sormano start. This is where the steepest section is, and look at the peloton attacking at the same time. And look at our position with Lennart van Eetveld going all the way back to position 50 here. And yeah, I have to go 88 just to follow the pace. We're here at the same page as Mathieu van der Poel. That was quite... I mean, I don't understand what's going on. And there goes Remco Evenepoel. There goes Evenepoel. We're way behind here, getting blocked by all these riders that do not have the energy. And Jarno Vidar is soon to be one of them. But right now, we're just 25 seconds adrift. The front four, Ciccone, Pogacar, Vingegaard, and Remco Evenepoel. Okay, there's the attacks at the steepest section, 20% right now, and Van Eetveld is about to drop. He is about to crack in this one with Ayuso, with Tiberi, and we're not even in the top 20. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, this is like, okay, a big reality check here in the downhill. In the wheel of Ayuso, 43 kilometers to go. Is there a way back for us? This group of 18, including Pogacar, Lipovic, and Vingegaard, they're going to be fighting for the win. They've still got teammates. There's Del Toro, there's Jorgensen. We're one step behind in this one. So here in Civiglio, we've dropped completely in place, I don't know, 25. We're in this group with Camille Bonnu. Camille Bonnu has come from behind to catch us. I mean, that's just sad. And up front, there is the attack of Tadej Pogacar. Remco can't follow. Jonas Vingegaard, he's trying to follow, but he can't as well. Tadej Pogacar is clear in the final climb. Tadej wins Milano-San Remo, and we're sprinting for a top 20 result. And we're actually going to get it in 20th place, but I expected a top 10 at least. I definitely don't want the season to end there, so we're gonna play Paris Tour Elite as our last race of the season. This variant made before the gravel was actually in the game, so it's as cobble sectors. And we've got, no, really? Mathieu van der Poel and Jasper Philipsen for Alpecin de Koning. Wow, okay. Seems like Mathieu does not want to rest at all this season. We've got Arnaud Delis in his fitness peak, Matthias Grisel in his fitness peak, but this guy, Stefan de Schuitener, now 5.5 stars due to his upgrade in sprint. 80 sprint, 78 acceleration. Maybe this race doesn't suit him because his profile is a pure sprinter. Not bad secondary and physicals, but the hill stat and the cobble stat are just not enough. But it's still crazy that at 21 he's at his peak sprinter capacity, which is just not realistic. I hope in the future editions of PCM we've got a more progressive development through the stats and actually can control which stats a rider should improve, because right now it's all a bit random and unrealistic. Like 21 years old, 80 sprint, and for his rest of his 15-year career he's not going to be higher than 80. Just want to take this moment to thank you guys for the support here in the new setup. And we're back with the Lotto series. If you are enjoying the content, if you have missed it, make sure to like the video. I'll be very happy if you can get 200 likes on this one. Anyway, back to the race. Under 60 kilometers to go. Arnaud Delis with a +3 day today. Stefan de Schuitener with a +2. I'm not scared on fighting against Philipsen and Van der Poel. Or one of the favorites, Codera, with 81 cobbles, has just got a puncture, and that is good news on these narrow roads. We've got Jakob Söderqvist on the front for Arkea BNB, and really, they really want to win this race, so he's at the front attacking right now. That is certainly a strong attack, and he has 40 seconds right now, so we really have to go all in. to try to catch him with 40 kilometers to go, using Domestique's first lock and Laurens van der Vankele, and at the same time keeping a good position with Deli and the Scutenaire. Okay, with that pace, Söderqvist is caught, and there is the Del Grosso attack. In the wheel is Jasper Philipsen, and we cannot stay quiet for this one. Definitely not allowing Del Grosso or Philipsen to get a gap on us. Antoine Leot, it's back on the train formation here in this cobble section. Del Grosso is going, Rex is trying to follow, Corkery, Rousseau is trying to follow, but this is perfectly suiting a Mathieu van der Poel attack soon. This is the steepest section of the race right now. Antoine Leot did a great job on putting the pace down. Now it's Giddings, and yes, we are able to catch the attack of Tibor Del Grosso. So now we have a hill to come, Côte de la Vallée, and we really need to be well placed here, because after this small bump it is going to be a cobble sector to follow that one. So Mathis Grisel, you need to come to the front, and there's the attack of Dylan Corkery and Chamberlain, and there is Van der Poel. There goes Van der Poel, and we're following it immediately with Arnaud Delis. 5-man group here, and let's try to relay here, because 20 seconds. We've got Kung in that group, but the pace is not so high. I think the winner is going to come from this group, and we have a man advantage on Mathieu van der Poel, who tries an attack, I think, or is just going way too fast. That for me it looks like an attack. Yeah, we're just not giving him any chance here. Mathieu van der Poel going early, 3 kilometers to go, but no, he's done, he's completely done. And Søbjerg Pedersen, I don't think he has the sprint either, just 73 here after this turn. It is 1 kilometer to go, and we're gonna go early. We know we have the kick, we know we have the sprint, and Arnaud Delis is gonna take victory on the final race of the season, Paris Tour, as a consolation victory. But I think with his season, we won Quebec, we won Paris Tour, but not many. So Arnaud Delis gets another victory to his name, beating Jasper Philipsen and Mathieu van der Poel. I first want to look at the rankings, and I see Ilan van Wilder making a very last appearance into the top 10, being the 3rd best Belgian rider in terms of individual ranking for the rolling year. And in the team classification, actually, we've just been pipped by Little Trek to be 4th place. I think next year we can try to aim to get that 2nd place spot. UAE will be very difficult to beat. In terms of victories, we had 38 victories this season. That puts us 4th place in the whole world. We got a Thailand team, Rujai Insurance, farming the Asian scene. So in terms of stage wins, we started off in Santos Tour Down Under with Victor Sønens, our young talent. Then after some 0.1 victories led us to Paris-Nice and Tirreno Adriatico, finishing with a stage win each with Timo Kielich and Ilan van Wilder. We've also won Nokere Koerse and Bredene Kokseide Classic. Again, not really races that are easy to win, so I'm happy with victories in both. And the biggest shock came in Amstel Gold Race, where Timo Kielich won the race for us. Definitely one of the best moments of the season. Surprisingly, our young squad managed to get 3 stage wins in the Giro, where Jarno Vidar crashed. Ilan van Wilder was on the form in the breakaway in the Critérium Dauphiné. And in the Tour de France, we wrapped up 2 wins, one with Arnaud Delis and one with Lennart van Eetveld. We wanted more, but it's still an amazing achievement. Some of the races off camera, like Tour de Wallonie and Burgos. Then it was René Vitour with 2 stage wins. Jenno Bergmoos taking the win on Moer Classic Gerardsbergen. And the big one, the biggest achievement, was the win of La Vuelta for Ilan van Wilder. Including that, he won 5 stages and 1 for Aldo Tayo. 6 stages for us in total. What a tour, what a Vuelta we had. And to finish it off, Arnaud Delis with 2 wins, GP Quebec and Paris Tour. Honestly, pretty good season overall. In terms of ranking, we moved from 9th place to 4th place with our victories from 25 to 38. In terms of our team, well, we've got 9 new riders. Thibaut Nice leads the way with Laurens de Plus, Tibor Del Grosso. We've also got a wildcard signing of Sam Watson, 78 flat. Lawrence Rex and Tim Rex also join. We've got Zimmerman, Luca van Boven and Mathieu Kockelman going up from the development team. We have 7 departures this season. Baptiste Veestroffer, Ruben Thompson, Grignard, Josh Giddings, Liam Slock, Lawrence van der Weinkele and Rob Orens. Pretty good riders, but yeah, we just had more talent coming in to replace them, unfortunately. Well, in terms of the biggest transfers in the season, Jorgensen has moved to EF. Joao Almeida and Florian Lipovitz were the 2 of the biggest transfers, making their switch to Little Trek, focusing more on GC with Milan's departure to UAE Team Emirates. Richard Carapaz replaces Lipovitz for Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe, but they'll be a weaker team. Giulio Pellizzari not up to the standards just yet, as Remco Evenepoel, with his contract expiring, he stays for 1 more year. Visma Lease a Bike with just 2 signings, Jonathan Narvaez and Senna Remine, 2 punchy riders going their way. Meanwhile, UAE Team Emirates have the additions of Tobias Halland Johannessen as a luxury domestique, Jasper Stuyven in the classics, which is a signing we missed out again, and Jonathan Milan signing from Little Trek. They are literally the best on nearly every department. Look at that. GC, Hill, Cobble, the best. Sprinter in time trial, one of the best. They're the team to beat next year. Arkea is moving up to World Tour with Söderqvist, Wokalan, Tom Squins as a new signing and Lukas Kubiš. It'll be weird to see Kubiš in the Arkea colors. And the other team to step up to World Tour is Intermarché Wanty. And that wraps up the season for us. One last question before I say goodbye is about the kit. Obviously, the kit looks pretty nice. I mean, quite retro, but from the top, some of you guys didn't really like it as much. So we got 2 options for the kit of next year. We either stay in this kit for another season or we go back to the 2025 kit. No Specialized logo, but in this one there wasn't a big Specialized logo as well. So make your pick in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys with a new season in the next episode. Goodbye.